Mean girl Tina Fey paid me nothing for my hit franchise, says Roslyn Wiseman. Look, Tina Fey, when this lady got pitched for this movie, it's a book called Queen Bees and Wannabes. Tina Fey gave her the "We're women supporting women. We're all in this together."
In 2002?
In 2002. And they have not lived up to their word.
Do you think that was even a thing in 2002?
Yes, I do. I absolutely
Because I don't
do.
think that Mean Girls, the movie, would be made in today's day and age because you can't depict women tearing each other down in media anymore, even though it's totally accurate to what it's like to be in high school.
She says, when I went to meet with Tina and Lorne Michaels, the SNL boss and Mean Girls producer many years ago, it was very much a "we're doing this together" kind of experience, said Wiseman, who chose Faye above all others to promote her film, or to do her film. So she promoted it as something that was going to be made as like, look, we're women supporting women. We're in this together. We're going to make this amazing movie. Well, guess what? That's not what happened. She was paid $400,000 for the rights to her movie with the understanding that she would get net profits and residual gains depending on box office performance. So she signed a bad contract.
What percentage of their net
They
profits?
didn't give any numbers on that. But what they kept saying is like, look, the movie didn't make any money. And at the box office, this movie made some money, and she might have gotten paid for that. But what she wants money commensurate to what the cultural impact was on this movie, which was huge. But the problem is, this movie didn't make most of its money at the box office. This movie, just like The Holiday, made most of its money by being a scourge of the $5 movie bin at Walmart. You go to a Walmart right now, you look in a $5 movie bin, I guarantee you there's a copy of Mean Girls.
Okay, but at the box office, it made $130 million with a about $34 million budget with production and marketing total. So they did make a huge amount of profit off of it at the box office. What was the percentage that this woman was told she would get?
So
unless she is being cheated out of it, then I would understand.
This is what
but she's
call...
also framing this as like, why isn't Tina Fey supporting me like a good feminist would? Yeah. Instead of, here's what my contract said, that I would get this percentage of the box office profits.
Yeah.
Instead, she's saying like, Tina Fey needed to support me as a woman.
She added, for me as a female writer, and not having that happen has not only been difficult because of the money, but also painful. Look, you signed a bad contract. Very painful. You signed a bad contract, and there's nobody that will out-accountant to you more than Hollywood.
Well, maybe they are cheating her out of a certain amount she was promised, but that's not what she's talking about here. She said, it's really what my work has been about, especially Mean Girls. Women don't have to be best friends. We can get mad at each other, but when it comes down to it, we need to actually support each other. Referring to Tina Fey, she said, that has been especially hard as a writer to writer.
Can I say something? Is it not the most self-condescending thing to start any sentence with as a?
Yeah.
As a. Well, I was just listening to this podcast that had a transgender actor on it, and it was from that show. What was it called? Transparent.
Okay.
I've never watched it, but it was like back in 2015 or something pretty early in the game as far as like normalizing these gender ideology issues. And they sent this actor out onto the red carpet interviews to basically take all the heat and all of the controversy and answer all of the hardball questions, right? And they literally said, I Aza'd myself to where I am in my career.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like Dane said, like incredibly demeaning to yourself as an individual.
Yeah, that's not the win you think it is.
It's not. Well, they weren't like framing it as like a positive thing, but it's also like no one forced you to do that. You did it because you knew it had a personal benefit to you. In a cynical way.
These are the type of stories that kind of shed light on just why so much of what Hollywood produces now rings false. Because you can promote all of the women supporting women shit you want. People know when you're lying. People know when it goes against nature, when it goes against culture in a lot of ways.
Also,
there's a $20 one right there.
Christopher Avery said Hulu edits Smallville. Wait, I need to look at it closer.
I can read it.
Watched 30 minutes of the pilot and they changed 2 scenes. One scene deleted completely while another edited out why Jonathan has a problem with the Luthers. I became frustrated and took out original DVD.
Did you verify
you
100%?
checked it both ways?
Now I'm just sad. I'm just sad.
Damn.
This is why you buy physical media, guys. Like, see, I have the advantage here because I'm at a disadvantage here because I didn't watch it before. I'm on my first watch through, so I didn't notice that.
So why is it on Hulu and not Warner Brothers?
Like on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, they could have been licensed out for a specific period of time. It may revert to HBO Max, or may go to HBO Max after.
At the very least, if you license something out to a different platform, tell them that they're not allowed to edit it for you.
Also, I don't know how much of it is owned by like what production company because this was made so long ago in the early 2000s. I was watching this episode yesterday. There's this amazing scene where basically there's a lady who can control men with pheromones. And
they already do that.
Yeah, well, but in this one, she's a teacher at the school, and Clark just can't stop staring at her, and then finally he can't take it anymore, and like spurts of light beams shoot out of his eyes like semen patterns and start the wall on fire.
Okay.
No way.
No, it actually, he shared it on Twitter. I was like, what the hell?
Dude, it's incredible.
Didn't see that.
The fact that they got away with that in 2000.
I mean, the teacher was wicked hot, but still, it's kind of
it's like something that you didn't need to get away with. That's the thing, though, right?
But it's done so well because it's a perfect analog, and it's just like, and then somebody else was like, it's not even just it's not him doing that. It's the reactions of all the girls in the class when the teacher walks in. So you see Chloe just like staring at Clark and Sam, and like they're just staring at him like, I can't believe how like controlled these boys are by their by what they see. They're staring at the teacher and they're just blown away. It's incredible. Everyone should go watch it, but now I'm gonna have to be like second guessing as to whether there's edits being made all over the place. It's also funny because like 2 of the cast members are in jail.
What? Really? One had a sex cult, right?
Yeah, Allison Mack was in Nixon or whatever that cult is.
Mary, she had a sex cult.
Yep.
She was like running it?
No, she was like she's like a high-ranking member, but she pled down and only got like a couple of years in jail. She's in jail right now. And then the other kid in that scene with her, he went to jail for a while for drug like distribution. Like he was arrested with enough for like intent to distribute. So, Smallville in jail. I love it. Let's go. Like somebody, like I got a response on Twitter. Someone's like, that like 2 of the, like a bunch of those cast members are in jail, right? I'm like, yeah,
only
but
a couple, right?
I was like, yeah, but doesn't make the show anywhere. Like if we were to not watch stuff in Hollywood because members were criminals, we wouldn't watch anything.
I won't pretend that my intrigue to watch The Flash is unrelated from my knowledge about Ezra Miller's incredibly chaotic personal life.
Look, if we were to not watch anything with criminals in it from Hollywood, there would be nothing to watch.
There would be literally nothing
to watch. So do you think that part of why, returning back to what we were talking about here, do you think part of why stuff like this always rings false when you see these types of themes in movies about women supporting women is because stories like this prove that in the end, the almighty dollar is what really controls people? Money is like, in the end, they're going to take the money. In the end, Tina Fey is a ruthless businesswoman. She's not just a comedian. She's not just a woman, feminist.
Actually funny female comedian.
Good God, Lemon. Yes, correct.
Not that
good point.
Wokeness hasn't,
yes,
kind of infected her as well, but she's good.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously women supporting women doesn't reign in Hollywood. Like Me Too was just a completely like Trojan horse movement to make it seem like they were doing something about massive amounts of predatory executives in the industry, and it did nothing.
I also love that her lawyer, the writer's lawyer, says, I suspect most people would be shocked by how shabbily Roslyn Wiseman has been treated. No, I'm not shocked at all. I'm literally the opposite of shocked.
Well,
Hollywood
it's
accounting,
sad because she is obviously not part of the industry, so why would she know?
It's also Paramount, which means like this is the same company that doesn't want to pay the person who wrote the original Top Gun story.
So Tina Fey and Lorne Michaels honestly are the ones that made it what it is and gave it the cultural impact it had.
Of course.
sadly, unfortunately for this author, she wasn't the one that wrote the story that they then made into a movie. She wrote a non-fiction book that was made to instruct parents about the social dynamics of teen girls. Yep. It didn't actually write a story. They fictionalized it.
Yeah.
They did all of the work of making it the cultural impact that it was and still is. So even if she is getting cheated out of a certain amount of money,
you still signed the contract.
Well, yes, you signed the contract, but also you're not responsible for the fact that it became as big as it is.
Yeah. One of my
she didn't have anything to do with the Broadway thing or all of the merchandise and the memes and everything.
That was a great ensemble though for that movie.
Lacey
it was.
Charbet.
Maybe Lindsay Lohan should make a comeback, and
she was great.
Maybe that's why it's my secret bias towards Lindsay Lohan because we're birthday twins.
She was so.
Rachel McAdams too was one 12? Of the best.
She was so good.
I love Amanda Seyfried too. Honestly, they're great.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is featured on Chris Carr's Top 100 Films.
Actually,
and he doesn't have either Godfather 1 or Godfather 2. I just want to say that with my platform.
The girl who played Gretchen, didn't she become like a Hallmark actress?
Yeah, Lacey Charbet is a big
Isn't it Chabert?
I say Charbet.
The R is at the end.
I know.
Of her name.
No, I know.
What's her name?
Chabert.
It's I don't know how you pronounce it, but I've always said Charbet. So
Shabert?
It's Shabert.
I think that she started doing like religious movies.
Yeah, she does. I always
got her confused with Stacey Dash for that reason, that they're both kind of based.
Now what we need guys, I want Stacey Dash on this podcast. Same. I want to talk to her.
And Lacey.
By the way,
yeah.
I just want to say, OG Stacey Dash fan, I put you all into this. Again, the nucleus of the genius.
She's so good.
She's really good. She was really good at that show too. What's it called?
I just
Clueless.
Clueless. From
yeah,
Clueless
she was pretty
movie.
based.
She was on the show. Yeah, who was the girl that ended up playing Cher on the show?
Yeah, it was like, no way they were going to get.
They didn't get Alicia Silverstone.
No way they were going to get Alicia Silverstone in her prime.
But now people are talking about like a Clueless reboot and everything reboot, and you can't do it. Our culture is broken fundamentally. You can't make anything good anymore.
Rachel Blanchard played Cher.
What else has she been in?
The culture is broken. You know why? Because we have songs like Not Your Barbie Girl by Ava Max that are ruining everything that was great about the 90s. Ruining it.
I've never heard of Rachel Blanchard.
Neither have I. But it's got Donald Faison in it too.
Stacey DoorDash.
Yeah. Hey, who said that? You leave that alone.
Dustin.
Yes, that is the girl from Clueless, and she's incredible.
Oh, he said we have Stacey Dash at home. Stacey DoorDash.
She was great. Look, she's
Stacey Dash at home.
She's very red pilled, and she looks very good for her age. All right, look. The reason this is interesting to me is because Hollywood accounting is not something that we talk about often here, but it's a fact of life, right? When you're going to get, like, if you go into like one of these meetings, especially if you're like a first time writer, like who's trying to sell their script, Hollywood buys thousands upon thousands of options for films, right? So you get like a small check and they have the option to produce that movie if they want to. If I was ever to write a book and then I went into a meeting with with a Hollywood agent or like with a producer, I would just assume that whatever's happening, I'm getting screwed.
I mean, she probably should have had a lawyer to tell her better.
Absolutely. And if she's a published author, she at very least has some type of creative.
This was post J.K. Rowling though, so like everything changed after J.K. Rowling did her negotiation, which is different from anything else to come after it.
But I'm always astounded. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm always astounded by how smooth-brained some people are. That they're like, you know what? This was a success. It was all me. Every single bit of it, me. I acted every scene. I recorded everything, and I'm the voice actor for everything. It's like, there's a mechanism. There's an engine. There's a workforce that edits it, produces it, markets it.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's like, people don't understand how much infrastructure is built behind these companies.
But I'm like, these people don't get it. Like, no, even the people that are most intimately involved is like, it's all by my volition.
Yeah.
I will this into existence. I don't, I'm the protagonist of history.
It's not unlike a lot of people who end up being inventors, but they're not like there's an idea guy, and then there's the people that they idea.
Yeah.
You know, Steve Jobs gets all the credit because
Right.
of the ideas in building the company, but a lot of other people are the ones that actually brought those ideas to life.
I mean, there is something to say for I was the person that made it hot. Like that does carry some merit.
Yeah.
However, if there's not a thing, there's nothing to market.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.